I went to the University of Oklahoma back in the 80s. It was a powerhouse. And one day I was in the athletic door, and this girl came through after the OU won. And this is back when I'm playing for national championships. And knocking on doors. Hey, how you doing? And she was just going through the dorm. She was, you know what she was doing. She was taking all comers. Okay? Anybody who wanted to hit it, she was doing it.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. Mm-hmm. I was in one of my fraternity brothers' dorm room. He ran track. She knocked on the door. And this dude named Z came through. Hey man. And I'm like, I'm good. Frat brother's like, man, I was like, we're good. Peace out. They went on and kicked it, did whatever they did, right? We left. 3 weeks later, they're arresting Z and three other guys for rape. You know what happened? That girl went back to her sorority. And her sorority said, and she told about her fun night at the athletic dorm. But she was ending up doing guys in her dorm. She was doing them left and right. Enjoying it. I saw her going through. But what happened was that story got back to her dad. Her dad was an oil and gas bigwig. And when he talked to his daughter, because it got around that his baby girl was going through the dorms with these athletic, what did she do? She cried.
Lied.
Rape.
Holy fuck. I went to the University of Missouri in Columbia. Go Tigers. I'm trying to remember what night it was. It might have been after a football game. I was living on campus. This was my second semester there, freshman year. I was staying in the Rawlins dorm rooms. And I don't know if anyone's here gone to the University of Missouri. I stayed in the Rawlins dorm room. There's this huge like commons area as soon as you walk in, and then like there's the door and there's a couple couches and shit that you can like hang out and chill at. It was nighttime. It was like 9-10 p.m. And obviously, or actually it was like 11 or 12 or something. I got home after partying and stuff or whatever. I was about to head to my dorm, and white girl, drunk, like Kevin said, and she was just going around. She's like, you want to fuck? Hey, you want to fuck? I want to get Eiffel Towered today. I want to get Eiffel Towered right now. I didn't even know what that was at the time when she was like saying this shit. I had to ask my friend, like, bro, what's the Eiffel Tower? What's she talking about? Like, I know it look the way she looking, the way she out here, like she got the look in the eyes, the demon time. She on demon time. I knew it had to do with something sexual. I was like, homie, what's that? He's like, bro, you don't know what that is? I'm like, nigga, just tell me. He's like, that's when you and a homie run a train on a girl and you guys put your hands up and you guys connect like this. So she's sucking your dick while the other homie is like inside or some shit, and you guys do this and you guys lock hands. That's the Eiffel Tower. I was like, what the fuck? That's how I know that what he's saying is lit, is true. And now let's talk about the other part here. How the father put these men in jail. One thing, men, you seriously also have to understand, and this is another reason why Kevin Samuels doesn't talk to men, is that so many men also are against other men. We're in competition. A lot of us are in competition. If you ain't on my team, if you ain't with me, you against me. This is the mantra from all men. Like, we inherently kind of understand that, which is why there's just certain boundaries we don't cross. And so as a man, especially if you not clicked up, if you ain't got like airtight ride or die homies and shit behind you, you've got to move with discretion. You've got to understand all the different types of angles and things like that other people can take in that like nobody would have ever, especially him. I'm always like, man, this is a free pussy, boy. What? Like, he never would have thought that the father of this white chick was a big wig that want to put him in jail. This is the power. This is what they can do. She cried crocodile tears for her humiliating night. Like, it's out there. Her dirt got aired out. But the world that we live in, women can do that. They can they can do whatever they want, cry enough crocodile tears, and all it takes is some one man to believe her with some power, and it's over with, you guys. It's over with. I'm not your enemy. I'm not your motherfucking enemy.
But
She cried rape. And these guys went up there and the police came and talked to these guys. And they talked to the police without benefit of counsel. They had them in there and these guys didn't know what to do, incriminated themselves. Hell, I got called in. I got asked, I was in the dorm that night. They took our testimony. But guess what? When those guys went to trial, none of the people who were there that night said that girl was knocking on doors, offering. We were never put on stand. Those guys served time. Real time, ruined their lives. Because that girl had to protect her reputation because her father was an oil and gas bigwig and he couldn't think of his daughter going through the dorms, just getting trains ran on her by these black guys. Duke Lacrosse. You familiar with them? The Duke Lacrosse team.
No.
You ever heard of them? Just Google it, ma'am. You go Google false rape accusations on college campuses. False rape accusations, false. And as a men's advocate, I have a daughter. I grew up with my mother and her sisters. And I'm gonna tell you, I've said this before and I said it again, I've seen more women be violent with men than I've seen it the other way. Hot grits thrown on men, boiling water, women going over men's house, destroying property. We see this in movies, right? A guy does something to a woman and she slaps him across the face and all the women in the audience, yay! The TV show The View, where you had doing Barbara Walters, all these older women, and talked about chopping a man's Johnson off. And then she threw it in the blender. They sat on camera talking. They sat on national TV laughing about this. And could you imagine a world where men sat on TV talking about chopping off any part of a woman and throwing it in a blender because he was heartbroken? We allow one-way violence from women to men, to where we codify it in law, to where the populace will just believe women based upon a loose allegation with no proof. And that's what just kind of happened here. And due respect, I could sense that your heart was in the right place. But we got to get you ladies to understand that just because the horrible things that happen to you, women should not be able to use that to their benefit without any proof. They're using women like you. They're using your pain. They're using your situation to their benefit. So they're manipulating you, men, and the system. And I think that's as wrong as men being accused. I don't think it's right that you ladies go defend them because they know you can't defend against that stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's why I push back so much about it, to have the conversation. People will probably actually watch this, and Lord knows what's going to happen. My critics and detractors going to cherry pick the clips, but I think we got to a point of understanding that no matter what happens, violence between men and women is wrong. No one should put their hands on anybody.
I agree.
And I also am strong against verbal violence and emotional violence. You should not instigate either. You should just leave each other alone, because words and emotions hurt as well. So all that stuff is toxic. But the crazy part about this is, I don't know if you know, but I know people who did that stuff because it kind of got them sexually excited and they went out and had makeup sex. That's why I say I don't understand it, but I don't put my hands on nobody. So
you see the look that she had, man. She shook her head on that. She understands that. She understands making somebody angry to have sex with them. She's probably done it. Micro expressions.
All right, then, that was a good conversation.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good night. Bye.
All right, you too. Bye.
Lead the way.
Man, that was good. That was really good. That was really good. Shout out Kevin Samuels.